What's going on, family? Welcome to another video on YouTube, and today you are about to watch a session that I've actually done with my mentees where we're going to be showing them exactly step by step on how to make $16,000 a month. Yes, a very specific number for a very specific reason. We're going to show you how to make $16,000 a month from posting on social media and from being able to just post on Instagram. You only need one platform to be able to make as much money as you want, and so I want you to tune into this video and check it out. Now, of course, a part of building a family business, you actually have to have a business in this thing. And so I want to show you all how we were able to make $16,000 a month consistently. Okay. Now, this is something that anybody can do. You do not have to have prior experience. You don't have to have a massive following. You don't have to make any money. You don't even need credit for this. Okay. This is all based off of this one thing here, these two platforms. Okay. It's only based off two platforms, and they're based off social media. So that means, yes, Marcus, this means that I actually have to this means that I actually have to put myself out there. 100% you do, right? So this is based off of Instagram, and this is based off of YouTube. Okay. Now, honestly, you can do this without YouTube. You don't need YouTube to do this. Okay. You don't need YouTube to do this, but this is a very, very nice bonus. So this is the only thing you need. You need a personal brand. In our example, you need personal brand. Doesn't mean you need personal brand to make $16,000 a month. There are obviously plenty of other ways on how to make $16,000 a month without showing your face. But what we specialize in when it comes to building a family business is us showing our faces. Okay. So if you are wanting to build a personal brand, and if you're unaware, the biggest businesses in the world show their face. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, 50 Cent, Jay-Z. You can't really name a business that's a billion-dollar business that's known that doesn't have a face, right? Mark Zuckerberg, they all use what we like to call personal brand, right? So if you want to build a very wealthy business, not saying you can't do this without it, but if you want to build a very wealthy business faster, then you will need a personal brand, which means you do have to put yourself out there. So if there are any insecurities that you have, you will have to get over it quickly or push through it quickly. I feel like get over it sounds a bit dismissive, but I mean push through it, persevere, be resilient, right? I know my mom suffered a lot of that as well when it came to her weight. She didn't feel as if she felt pretty on the mic or in front of a camera, right? But in general, she made a lot of money not needing to do that. I mean, needing to put her face on camera. She made more money with her face on camera without it being on camera. So I want you all to understand that personal brand is a very, very, very important part here in order for you to do what I'm explaining here today. And like I said, you don't need YouTube to do this, but YouTube helps. Why? Because this is where you nurture your audience. This is where you actually build a business, is through YouTube. How you convert the business is on Instagram. Now, you can't convert on YouTube 100%, but I'm just saying how you majorly do what I'm about to show you right now in a very quick time and a hurry. We will only use Instagram in this example. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you right now how we were able to make $16,000 a month. It's just new information. Okay. So we break this down into 6 different steps, and it literally is 6 different steps. There's not like more to it. It is literally 6 steps in order for you to make $16,000 a month. And this is at the bare minimum, y'all. This is if you get deposits. $16,000 a month is if you get deposits. So let me explain why I say that. Okay. So how we do this when it comes to building a business is, of course, we have 2 different packages. We have the Family Empire package, which, depending on who's joining here, it may be a different price now because we do increase our prices the more we give value, right? So the Family Empire was at 5K, now it's at 6K. And then we do have the Family Dynasty, which is at 15K. Like I said, these prices depend on the stage and when you got here. Okay. So I want you all to understand something. In order for you to make this type of money, your service, you have to be able to charge a premium price. So what is a premium price? $2,000 or more. If you're thinking, Marcus, how can I charge $2,000 or more on a service? Easy. Teach them something that you've already done and put 3 zeros at the end. Now, if you what you have done, you should not be having imposter syndrome. The only reason you have imposter syndrome or you feel as if you can't charge $2,000 is because you haven't done it yet. And if you haven't done it yet, then go do it. Now you're also probably wondering, okay, well, what can I charge? How do I know if someone can actually purchase my $2,000 product? Like for real, Marcus, like it's $2,000. This thing got a comma. What can I charge for $2,000? It's called a service-based business. What business do you currently have right now or want to start? And I'll explain to you how you can charge $2,000 for it. Okay. You got web design, easy 2,000. Oh my God. I charge $10,000 for funnels. Easy. You can charge that. People spend it all the time for web design. Funnels are like web designs so the difference between a funnel and a website is a website gives you a contact page, about page, stuff like that. That's a traditional website. And that's more for SEO purposes to make sure that you're Googleable and to look like a business. That's literally all what a website, at least in today's age, what a website is for. It, of course, can do conversions and you can have products on there. But like the main reason people have websites is for you to Google them. A funnel, on the other hand, its job is to collect data and sell more of what they've already bought. So it doesn't have a contact page or an about page. All it has is a button for you to collect their name, email, and phone number in exchange for whatever that they want on the site. So for example, a cheat sheet, ebook, what else? A template. This is where funnels are bought on 9 times out of 10 is on a funnel, right? So if you're wanting to charge $2,000, and I know this is your Pacientia, what's your son's name again? I just want to make sure I have Joshua. That's okay. Appreciate you, my man. So Joshua, this is what I did to charge $10,000 a month. Okay. This is what I did. So let's say we have a web design business. Now, mind you, this is actually, I'll show you what my friend did because he actually has a web design business. So I'll give you in your particular field. So of course, what he did is, of course, you have, let's say 3 to 5 pages that he makes on the site, right? So that includes like about, shop, contact, etc., whatever other pages are on that, whatever that's on there, right? Another thing is also for the design. He gives, and actually what he calls it is can't remember what he calls it, but I'm just gonna call it top-notch design or web designs. So what I mean by that is what most people do is that they give you a boring website. The reason why they're coming to you is you're giving them the best designed site they have ever seen in their life. So they're not paying for a website. They're paying for a top-notch premium design. Like the website design is fire, right? I mean like 12 out of 10. It's absolutely amazing. Okay. Another thing that he also includes is a project manager. So this is the person that actually has communications with the actual customer. This is a virtual assistant. You can pay this person part-time $250 a month, full-time $500 a month. This can be you at the moment. That's fine. But eventually you want to get to that point. The person who, now mind you, he doesn't make designs anymore. He has another team make the designs. How much does he pay them? A really good designer can cost you between $1,000 and $2,000. Boom. Now you're starting to understand. Boom. Just to hire a great designer is costing me about $2,000. So I can't charge. I have to charge at least, at bare minimum, $3,000 to make it worth my while. Right. Another thing. Right. Strategy sessions. Right. He would have, I think it was like 4 strategy sessions. So once a week, if that makes sense. And he would have a discussion with him, be like, hey, this is what, we do, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, eventually you want to delegate this position, maybe like a web director or something like that. A web director is just a web designer. You could even have it be the web designer, honestly. But he would have 4 strategy sessions, pretty much having meetings with them, going over revisions, stuff like that, right? They'd be going over revisions and all that great jazz. Right. Something else that he adds on here, I just can't remember. There's like 2 or 3 more things, but this is some of the things on how he was, and I think he charged $5K, right? He charged $5K for this service. So he would make roughly maybe $3,000-$4,000 profit off this service, right? He make about $3,000-$4,000 profit off this service. And so he charges 5, but makes about 3 or 4. So Joshua, can you see how you can kind of charge more for this? Now, the thing is, you don't have to hire someone for these yet. This can be you, and you can still charge the same amount of money. You just have to be really, really good. And if you feel as if you're not really, really good, then I would go find someone that's really, really good to give you an excuse to increase your prices. That's what I would do in your position. Everything else can be just you, right? But that's what I would do. You also have to understand, and Joshua, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 16 currently.
16. Awesome. So in your case, people would make a killing. Right now, 16-year-olds are millionaires. They will buy just because you're a 16-year-old. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. So what I would do in your case is I would 100% charge $2,000 bare minimum for your service. Include these minimum. I would also invest in other web design programs that are up to 2K, right? This is why I say this. You can't expect to charge something that you have not bought yet. I want you to let that sink in. If you want to charge 2K, then you have to be able to spend 2K because there's a different level of confidence when you've also spent the money that you're charging. Safe to say that everyone on here has spent a good amount of money to be in this room. So that shouldn't be an issue. The thing is that you have to exude confidence. Because they're gonna say, why are you $2,000? Gonna be like, because I give you premium service. The cheapest can't be the best, and the best can't be the cheapest. So if you are claiming that you are the best web designer, then you have to charge like you're the best web designer, right? So that's why, and people will pay it because you exude confidence and because of your work, right? So that's one of the reasons there. You got a question?
No, I was just saying, wow, I didn't realize that. Wow, thank you so much.
You're welcome. This is why I'm here.
Yeah, that's what I needed.
This is why I'm here, my man. So this is how we kind of price things, right? You give value. So for example, this is web design. If this was makeup, maybe you'd add something more to what you're currently doing. I know this salon place where in Atlanta, they do the most though. So I don't expect you all to do the most. But they give champagne when someone comes in. Very expensive champagne when they come in. And so, but the thing is, people spend $500 to $1,000 just to get their nails done. Mani pedicure. They spend about $500 to $1,000 on that. They get bougie nails. They get a whole massage, not a chair massage. So there's a separate person that gives you a body massage. They give champagne. There's a red carpet that comes in. Place looks a bit more bougier and nicer, a bit more gold going around, right? I'm not saying you need to buy gold, but what I'm saying is that they're giving a different premium experience, which tells the person's mind, oh, I'm walking into something real. So they're not surprised if the price is more expensive. So you got to think of like other things that you can do to make your price more than what it is to increase your price. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I did have one question though.
Yep.
Earlier, you were talking about funnels, how people would pay more for funnels than they would for a regular website.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, would it be best for me to have my own website as a funnel instead of a full blown website with a contact page?
Who are you targeting? Who's your target audience?
What do you mean by that?
So who are you selling to?
I'm selling to small businesses mainly. That's what I'm trying to get to because a lot of smaller businesses don't have websites. They usually have to either build them on Wix. They don't get the best of the best because we don't have the price for the best, you know?
Okay. So what platform do you create these websites on?
I use
Go High Level. Excellent. Because you can definitely create funnels on Go High Level. On top of that, when it comes to the websites, what income level when it comes to business owners?
I was thinking around, if they're making around 5 to 10K a month, not a startup, but like they are in that growing stage.
Right. $5,000-$10,000 a month. Okay. Why would they need a web design?
In order to get more leads, bring them more business, and actually get past that threshold from being a small business to a medium-sized business, and then eventually to an empire.
Got you. So I wouldn't do a web design to get that job done. Like I mentioned before, web designs can do it. If anything, I would do a web design for e-commerce small businesses, right? If you're doing an e-commerce business, then that would make more sense, right? So if you're doing a service-based business, then I would do a funnel because that's what's going to bring in new revenue. So the question is, which audience are you talking to?
I haven't. So a service-based business would be a full-blown website, and the funnel would be for e-commerce.
Website would be for e-commerce. A funnel would be a service-based business.
Okay.
So the question is, who are you targeting when it comes to that? Also, if you are targeting people who are making $5,000, $10,000 a month, right? Do you think that they could afford $2,000? If I'm making
Nah.
5K, right? That means pretty much I am a startup at this point. 10,000, you may be a bit more, but 5,000, let's say 5,000. I just now made 5,000, which means that my bills may just now be getting paid. So at 5,000, my income is probably going straight to paying my bills. So it means I may not have the money to afford you right now. If you're doing 10K, okay, now I got a bit more wiggle room. I may be able to afford 2K now because if I'm at 2K, my bills are maybe 5,000. Now I have 5,000 to be able to scale the business, which means that 2K could go to you. Do you see
So
what I'm saying?
yeah, I see what you're saying. So my threshold, my like group of people is a little bit too low because it's like they're just starting out.
Correct.
Um,
So I would say at least $10,000 or more would be a best. Maybe ten to $25,000 would be a nice way to sell your business.
if you don't mind me asking, what would be the main
Yeah.
difference between an e-commerce business and like a service-based business when it comes to like web design for them, other than
100%.
like funnels and the websites?
Yeah, so e-commerce sells products. They sell clothing, they sell candles, they sell this. So 9 times out of 10, if they're running ads to a Shopify store, right? So if you're doing e-commerce, then I would recommend Shopify and not go high level because that would make more sense, right? If you're going e-commerce, because because most e-commerce businesses are going to Shopify. That's the automatic go-to. If you're going more service based, you can be flexible with Go High Level, right? You can do funnels and you can do web design. You don't have to do one or the other. You can do both. I would just charge extra for one or the other. I'd probably do funnel first and say, hey, I also do web design. If you want to increase your search, your image, your name, image, and likeness, and be Googleable, it also costs an extra 2 to 5K in order to do that.
Right.
So like you
Yeah.
don't have to, you could just be you could be a website business. You could be a marketing agency, and a marketing agency can do funnels and web design. Now, I want you to understand that if you're doing funnels and web design, you will there will come to be a point where you will have to make a decision on which one you need to do.
Well, I believe that a service-based business would be better for me because I have experience with my mom's own website actually. For
Hmm.
her school, I built the website out for her. That's what made me actually want to start this.
Got you. If you're going to target service-based businesses and you're going to do web design and not funnels, then uh your target for them is you need to be Googleable. The issue with startup service-based businesses is they're not Googleable. So your website has to be SEO friendly, and so you need to have SEO relationships, as in people that can increase that. What this was? That's the fifth one here. Was it was SEO optimization. That's what it was. So when it comes to web design, they have to be Googleable. They need to be on the first page of Google. So you have to be trained in SEO, which is search engine optimization, right? So you have to know, okay, how do I optimize this website for when they search their name, it's one of the first ones that come up on Google. And I mean like top five, maybe top three. So that would make you more valuable because 9 times out of 10, people don't even know what SEO even means.
Actually, I was learning about it earlier this whole past month. I've been just studying about how to do SEO to advertise myself and get myself
Mhm.
up there on the website part in Google.
Absolutely. And so you would then also add, I don't remember what he said, but systems. I'm just going to put systems and analytics. Oh, I remember what he said. This is where you can charge a recurring revenue. It's called maintenance. It's like a monthly maintenance. It's something like that. I'm just gonna call it that. It's monthly maintenance, right? Where you're gonna maintain their site if it crashes or if they need to make some adjustments. You're gonna charge maybe $500 to $1,000 a month just to manage the site after you finished it. And so that's how you're gonna build monthly recurring revenue, and that's how you're able to build a scalable business.
All right. Well, thank you. No, that's so much. That makes definitely sense.
So your target, if you're doing web design for service-based businesses, is you have to say, are you Googleable? And how can I make you more Googleable? If they are Googleable, you say, how can I make you more Googleable? Right? And they be like, well, shoot, I don't know. Do you have a website? Or and I wouldn't even just say a website. I'd probably fancy it up. I would say, do you have a SEO friendly website? Be like, an SEO friendly. I have a website, but it may not be SEO friendly. Boom, there's your in. What if I could help you become more searchable, which would also increase your revenue and your brand on the back end? Oh, how would you do that? Oh, let's schedule a call. That's how you could do it.
I
Right. So
did
that
have
would be your in. Say it again.
I did have one more thing.
Yeah.
As would you recommend me do cold calling or just stick to social media to advertise myself a little bit more?
That's a great question. So if you're targeting B2B, I would, it's like you got to do both. I would do, so where's your audience at? Service-based businesses, where do you think your audience is at right now? Like what
Well,
social media platform? I mean,
mainly I've been posting on Instagram. I would like to get onto Facebook because I've heard that does a lot better for business
depends on the
as well
business.
as like Facebook
Service-based
business.
businesses are on Instagram. They're not on
Instagram.
Facebook like that. Older businesses are on Facebook. But if you're trying to get to businesses quickly, I would just recommend Instagram. I would do outreach on Instagram.
So just stick to Instagram.
I would stick to Instagram. Right now we do outreach. We do so there's something called inbound and outbound when it comes to sales, which I'll break down in more and more detail. But what we do is we do about 100 DMs a day just to get new people to look at our page. And then our full focus is to post content to nurture those people to be interested in our content to then book a call. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Of course, I'll break it down in more detail, but I would do both. I would create content to attract your ideal clients, and then I would do outreach so you don't wait to get your ideal clients. It's going to take time for you to get your ideal clients. I mean, to attract them. But if you could do outreach before you get that traffic, then you'll make money.
I focus mainly on on advertising my SEO. That should be like one of the main subject of my Instagram ad reels.
I
Or
would talk about everything revolves around website, right? So I'd focus on how to build and optimize a foolproof website by using SEO and systems, right? That would be how you would do it. So yes, SEO would be a main part of your topic, but you would give SEO tips, tricks, but it would relate to the website. You'd say this is how you look at your analytics to scale your website. You see how I did that? You just everything is connecting to the website.
and as well as you were talking about how like people would buy websites just from me just because I'm 16. Could I say something
100%.
like, here's how I build websites for people at 16 years old and have that be like the start of my video?
1,000%. Yes. 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 They're gonna be like, yo, he's so young. Maybe I should listen to him. Especially older people. They'll be like, what? This young whippersnapper know a little something, something? 100% you should. Announce your age. Maybe not do it on every single video. I would test it. I would test one video saying your age, one video not saying your age, and see the difference in views. If you get more views by saying your age, then I would do more with your age on it.
On the same channels or multiple?
You say it again?
Same channel or multiple?
What do you mean channel? I'm talking about Instagram.
Like same account or multiple accounts, my bad.
Like Instagram account?
Accounts.
You should have one Instagram account.
Just one. All right.
Yeah, one Instagram account reflecting your personal brand, not your company, your personal brand. It should be your personal page.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. All right. So now that we've covered pricing, right? This is how important this is. This is why I say 2,000 is the magic number, y'all. This is why I say this. So this is why I said also that we do it off 2,000 off the bare minimum. So let's say it's 2,000. 2,000 is a deposit, right? And then we do 2,000 a month. So that means every month we get recurring revenue and every week we get deposit revenue. Is that going over y'all's heads? So let's say Sapphire, you paid 2K, right? Today. And I say, oh, okay, well, it'll be 2K today and then it'll be 2K a month. Boom. After 2K a month, now you'll be able to now I'll make 2,000, I'll make 16 grand a month. Let's say it's three people. Three people pay 2 grand. That means I'll make 16 grand a month. Plus those three people also will owe me 2K a month. So that means I'll also make 6K a month on top of the 16K a month. So that means I'm really making 22K a month. So the 16K is the bare minimum, but I also have it where we do monthly installments, which means that boom, now we killing the game at $22,000 a month.
Help us understand what the 2K a month is for.
The 2K a month, great question. So the reason why we selected 2K a month based off experience, we've had over 1,000 sales calls. It's easier to get people into the door, easier barrier to entry, depending on the person, of course. Some people are like, "Yo, I want to do it as soon as possible." Some people don't want to wait several months to pay everything off. Some people are one of those people that want to pay things faster. But the bare minimum of what people do on average is about $2,000 a month that they feel comfortable paying. So that's why we picked 2,000. Like if I were to say yes, 2,000.
And this is a service, right?
This is a service. So you're charging $2,000 a month for a service. So if it was 15K that you were selling, then the service, your monthly installments would be longer. This is why a lot of people like premium pricing. Yeah, you deposit 2K and then let's do monthly 2K. They're like, awesome. That's what I like to hear. Boom. People will easily pay $2,000 because most people have $2,000 as a credit card. Think of it that way. Most people have $2,000 in a credit card. Also, most people save up to $2,000. $2,000 is just an easy number for people to do. But it's also worth it for you, right? Because 2,000 is what we like to call a what's the word that I like to call it? I just went blank. It's called a lifestyle check. I'm just gonna call it a lifestyle check. It's like I'm gonna just call it a lifestyle check, which means that when you get your first $2,000 from a call, you're like, whoa, I just made 2 grand. You're like, most people make $2,000 in a month. Now you just made $2,000 in a day.
What service do you have that runs at 2,000? Give me an example.
Yes, coaching program that we have already. So Rhonda, you're in the Family Dynasty program, right? I can't remember how the payment structure was when you guys started, but hypothetically, what we would do is we'd hop on a call. We'd go through the sales call, boom, bada bing, bada boom, and then I drop the price, and you're like, man, 15,000, that's a lot of money. Like,
right.
Yeah, of course, you know what I mean? Like, I completely understand. Typically, of course, most people pay in full, but what's easily digestible for you? And they'll be like, man, what's the bare minimum? And you're like, 2,000 is the bare minimum, and they're gonna be like, I can do 2K. That's what 9 times out of 10 people will say. I can do 2K. Okay, cool. Well, let's put 2K down and let's do 2K a month. Because 2K won't really break the bank like people think it is. 15K, they're thinking, dang, 15,000 all up front, that's expensive. 2K over, 7 months. I can do 2K over 7 months or 8 months. Dude, I can easily do that if it gets me to my goal. So that's why we do 2K.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
So this is how we do it. I know I broke down like the all background stuff of things, but this is exactly how we make the $16,000 a month. Okay. Now, first thing we do is we post 1 to 2 times a day on social media, on Instagram to be more specific. We post 1 to 2 times every single day, bare minimum, 1 to 2 times. After we post 1 to 2 times, this is what you're going to do. You're going to post 1 to 2 times for 3. Actually, I'm going to be more specific. To 30 to 90 days without an ROI attached. You're going to post 30 to 90 days without expecting to make money. You're going to be like, well, then what's the point of me posting? Absolutely. You got to give value in order for you to get value. Think of it this way. How many times have you looked at a dress or a brand online before you bought it?
How many times did you see your hair that you got now on Instagram before you bought it? Probably like 7 to 13 times before you were like, yeah, this is definitely something I want to get. It's the same thing with content. 30 to 90 days. You have to give value without expecting anything in return for 30 to 90 days. The reason why I say 30 to 90 days is because, I would really say 60 to 90 days. But there are rare occurrences where it takes 30 days for someone to be like, I want what you have. The reason why we say 30 to 90 days is because sometimes it may take 90 days for someone to DM you saying, yo, what exactly do you do? I want what you have. Like, I want what you have. And then that's how you know that it's time to charge.
Okay.
You can't just post something and expect an ROI. You have to post something for someone to be like, I want what you have. And then now you sell them something for 2,000. It just takes time for that to be the case because they don't know you yet. So you have to give value in the marketplace for someone to be like, yeah, this is definitely something I want to do. I want to work with this person. And the thing is that it has to be your personal brand. People don't buy into the business. They buy into you. Your personality is what made them want to do business with you, not because you just do business. There's plenty of other businesses out there, but there's not one version of you. And some people may resonate with you more than they resonate with another person. So you have to be able to give value for free for 90 days for someone to be like, yo, I want what you have. Now, I want you to understand, this doesn't mean for 30 to 90 days, you are not prepared for business. You're going to set up everything that I'm going to break down for you to be prepared. Okay. But you're not going to expect anything for 30 to 90 days. Now, everything that I'm going to show you today is absolutely free. It costs you no money. Like I said, to do anything that I'm going to show you. Nothing. Zero income. Zero expenses to do what I'm about to show you. Okay. The only thing you need in order for this to work, the only thing you need is an Instagram account. You need Calendly. You need Jotform. And you need Zoom. Actually, a lot. With Zoom, pay $15 a month because they got a 40-minute thing. So, sorry. $15 a month. You need that. You need at least to last however long the call needs to be. So, $15 a month, pay that for Zoom. After that, everything else is free. You can create, I believe, up to 20 forms for free. You can create one event for free. And of course, Instagram is just free. If you want to be fancy and pay $15 a month for the verified, then you can, but I don't think it's necessary starting out, right? I honestly think that is not necessary. But you can do, but you got to pay for Zoom. Bare minimum, you got to pay for it. If you want to not do it and you want to do Google Calendar, I'm sorry, not Google Calendar, Google Meet, then you can do that. That's free. If you want to just do that. It's just that with Google Meet, it's not the best user-friendly platform. Zoom is. I would recommend Zoom. Right? All that is free. Okay? Your job is to post 1 to 2 times a day. You want to get 100 to 200 DMs a day. You're probably wondering, Marcus, how in the world am I going to get 100 to 200 DMs? Great question. You're going to do this by doing 2 things. You're going to do attraction-based marketing, and you're going to do outreach-based marketing. Okay? These 2 things will get you 100 to 200 DMs a day. Those 2 things combined will get you everything. And what's going to happen is it's going to be like a lever. Okay? One of them for the next 30 to 90 days, you're going to do more of than the other until one of them picks up. And that's going to be the outreach. You're going to do outreach more at first than you are going to do attraction until a video goes viral. And now you don't even need to do outreach anymore because you're doing responses and engagement and people wanting to reach out to you that they're just like, yo, I have to work with you. And you'll get automatically 100, 200 DMs on accident. I get 100 to 200 DMs a day on the attraction side. And honestly, I still do the outreach of 100 every single day. Not me personally, but now it's my team doing it. So that means we get about 300 DMs a day on average. That's how many DMs we get per day. Out of that 300 DMs, I'm now doing the math for you to understand. Out of that 300 DMs, you're going to talk to you're going to get 3 to 5 calls out of that 300. You should be getting more, but bare minimum, you want to have 3 to 5 calls. You want to be having 3 to 5 calls per week. I would really say per day, but let's start off 3 to 5 calls per week. That's what you want. Okay. And these are qualifying calls. Actually, I am tripping, y'all. You don't even need to do that. I am so sorry. I am tripping. You only need to hop on one call. Why? Because you're going to have an application. And with this application, your job is to get 20 apps per week. That's all you need. Out of that 100, 200 DMs, all you need to do is send them to an application. The application will then send them, if they're qualified, to a sales call, and then you close. All you need to close, y'all, is 2 a week. So out of those 10 applications, you just need to close 2 a week. So how many calls do you need to get in order to get 2 a week? You just need 10 applications. Just 10. And if you want to be more specific, 10 book calls. Those applications, of course, would convert to calls. So you just need to get 10 book calls a week, which means that this may be 20. 10 book calls a week. That will get you 2 conversations, 2 closed deals per week at $2,000 each. So that's $4,000 a week. $4,000 a week times 4 weeks is $16,000 a month. That's all you need. I don't even think we get 20 applications a week now to make that. I think we get 10 at this moment in time. We get about 10 applications a week. With those 10 applications a week, we probably get 7 book calls. Out of those 7 book calls, we close 2 of them at $2K, each of them at $2K. That's $4,000 a week, $16,000 a month. Does this seem like something that's doable? All you have to do is post twice a day and do 100 outreaches a day. And I'll show you how to do the outreach. Does this sound like something that's doable, y'all? Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like this is doable. You're probably wondering, how long does it take to do 100 outreaches? 1 to 2 hours. This doesn't even take up your day. It takes you 1 to 2 hours. You only have to post 2 a day and reach out to 100 people, which takes 1 to 2 hours a day. From those 1 to 2 hours a day, you're going to book 10 book calls a week, not a day, a week, which means that if you're doing 5 days a week, that's just 2 applications a day. 2. Out of that 100 people, you just need 2 of them to book a call. It's going to be absolutely fancy. Like, if you want to skip this application process, right, and do what I had suggested before, which is a triage call is a lot faster. So all you're doing when you get 2 people to say yes in the DMs, you're going to say, hey, are you open to a quick 10-minute call? That's how long it really should take, because all you're doing on the triage call is qualifying them to see if they are a good fit. Are you open for a quick 10-minute call? Yeah, I'm open. Okay, cool. So I just want to know how much money you're making per month. Yeah, I'm making about $10,000 a month. Okay, great. How much money do you want to make? Well, like, what's your goal? Oh, I want to make $20,000 a month. Oh, okay. How would life be different at $20,000 a month? It'd be amazing. I'd be able to, make more money, leave my job. That's absolutely amazing. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so what I think would be best is to schedule a follow-up call, just so that we can see if we can help you more further. Or you could do it right then and there if you want to. It doesn't personally matter. If you want to skip all entirely and just jump straight to the sales call so you can close them as soon as possible, I would suggest that. Instead of doing a 2-call close, you could do a 1-call close. You could just go straight to the sales process. It'd be content, DM settings, sales, and fulfillment. If you don't want to fancy this, you don't want to be difficult, that actually may be a better process for you. 100 to 200, 100 DMs a day keeps the bills away. This is not me making a fancy term. This is absolute statistics. We've sent over 10,000 DMs in the last 2 to 3 months. So I'm giving you data. I'm gonna show you data as well, and I'm gonna show you examples so that you know how this works. And I'm gonna show you our templates. So you're gonna post 2 times a day, outreach to 100 people a day, and that takes 1 to 2 hours. 1 hour, send 50. Wait 2 hours and send another 50. When I show you how this works, you're gonna be like, Marcus, this is too easy. I know, because it's copy and paste. Once you do that, then you're going to schedule a sales call. Keep this simple. Schedule a sales call. And two a day, y'all. You have 2 conversations a day, bare minimum. And let's say 10 conversations a week. You should close at 20%. That's only 2 people you need to close at $2,000. And that's if it's your offer is just 2,000. If it's like 6 hours, then you get more money. Put a 3 in the chat if this makes sense. Let me write this to make this a lot more simple for you all. So it's content, DM setting, sales call, and then deliver on the dang on product, y'all. Like, do what you said you were going to do. That's what fulfillment means. So you're going to reach out to 100 to 200 a day. And like I said, I'm going to show you. I would bare minimum post twice a day to double the output. But 1, I'll be happy with, right? Have 10 calls a week. 20% of 10 calls is 20% of, what is it? 20% at 2K equals $4,000 a week. So that means I'm having, I close 2 people, 2 times 2K is 4K. 4K times 4 weeks is 16K a month. Y'all, it's just math. It's just math. Success and making money is just math. The issue, and this is just a bit of mindset here, the issue is that you all won't do this. You won't do any of this. And that's what's going to stop you from getting this. It's just math. How to make more money is doing what's uncomfortable over time. That's what you call a habit. So what you need to do is form this habit here to get this result. So think of it this way. If these are your inputs and this was your outputs, if you wanted to double your output, then you just need to double your input. Is that making sense to everyone? If I want to, instead of make $16,000 a month, I want to make $32,000 a month, then all I need to do is post 4 times a day and do 200 DMs a day instead of 100. Wow. So that means that instead of me doing 1 to 2 hours a day, it'd be 2 to 4 hours a day. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Now, you won't get to 200. You may or may not be able to get to 200 that quickly. You have to warm your account up from what I've learned. So 100 DMs would be the startup that I would do, right? Just to warm your account up, because if you start DMing 200 out the gate and your account is not used to getting 200 DMs a day, then it will block your account. So you want to warm your account up. Okay. So that's why I say do 50 1 hour, wait 2 hours and do another 50, because you don't want Instagram to ban your account just because you're DMing people. Right. So you want to do this in a slow way. Do 100 DMs for about 30 days. Let your account get adjusted. I say 2 weeks. Let your account get adjusted. And then boom, if you want to kind of ramp up and do 150, then move to 150. If your account gets banned at like 125, then do 125. And then do that for 2 to 4 weeks and then do 150. Let your account grow to that point.